Yes, definitely. Good Friday morning. Today is a first alert weather day as we'll have the potential for large fire starts in our lower elevations. It's going to be windy and also it's going to be critically dry out there, specifically for this afternoon and evening. But before we get into the conditions for today, I did want to touch on some fires that are already on the map. The Boundary Fire that was burning in southern Yakima County, it did provide some evacuations in Klickitat County as well. Well, don't worry about this one anymore. It's now 100% contained. And then the East Viola fire burning in technically a Yakima address, but pretty close to Union Gap in between I-82 and the Yakima River, still at 50% containment. So the numbers did not change with that one yesterday. Now back to temperatures for this morning, 50s and 60s for lower elevations, even some low 70s in the Walla Walla Valley. Your day planner forecast for today going to be into the mid 80s around lunchtime and then 80s and 90s at the peak of daytime heating in spite of clouds building. So the bottom line for the forecast, dangerous fire weather for today, up and down high temperatures over the next 7 days. But hot in general. We could have some shower thunderstorm chances for the beginning of next week, but a lot of vested interest in today's forecast in particular. So more on that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a man hit by a car earlier this month in Yakima has now passed away from his injuries. Now this morning, charges against the driver have been elevated. We have those details at the top of the hour.
Plus, a Tri-Cities fugitive is off the streets this morning after a coordinated takedown by several law enforcement agencies. The charges she's facing and how they found her is coming up.
And school districts across Washington are facing some tough financial decisions, and one small district in Yakima is feeling it more than most. Why Mabton schools are starting the year in nearly $1 million in the red, and how they're fighting to protect students despite these deep cuts. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Friday, July 18th. We've made it to the end of the week.
It's Friday. We got our Friday vibes. And we got our top stories. And we do want to start off with the follow-up. This is out of Yakima, where a pedestrian who was hit earlier this month has now died.
Yeah, you may remember that this crash happened just after 2 a.m. on the 3rd of July. Yakima police officer came across the scene at the intersection of West and Nob Hill Boulevard and 23rd Avenue. That pedestrian, a 32-year-old man with ties to Kennewick, was found lying unconscious in the roadway with serious head injuries. He was first taken to Multi-Care Memorial in Yakima, then later life-flighted to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle.
Authorities say the driver, identified as 39-year-old Mauricio Archiga, showed signs of impairment, and a blood sample was taken and toxicology results are pending.
So investigators believe that the victim was using an unmarked crosswalk when he was hit.
Charges against Archiga have been upgraded from vehicular assault to vehicular homicide. Court documents show he was arraigned yesterday morning.
Now onto a crime alert out of Kennewick. A woman wanted on some serious felony charges is now in custody, and it's all thanks to a coordinated effort between multiple law enforcement agencies right here in the Tri-Cities. Officers with Kennewick's Criminal Apprehension Team, or CAT, helped locate and arrest 33-year-old Artemisa Sanchez. She was wanted out of Franklin County for assault in the second degree and unlawful imprisonment, also had a federal warrant for unlawful possession of a firearm. Sanchez has been actively trying to evade law enforcement, but yesterday, officers tracked her down to an apartment near 6th and Washington in Kennewick. CAT detectives worked with Kennewick Police, the Metro Drug Task Force, and the SWAT team, all to arrest her safely and without incident. Sanchez is now being held at the Benton County Jail.
And more out of Benton County, a reckless driving report led deputies to a suspect with a stolen car, a fake ID, and a felony warrant. This happened Wednesday morning near Sellards in Tyke Road, and a driver was reported swerving in and out of lanes and possibly hitting a guardrail. Deputies were nearby and quickly pulled the car over. During the stop, the driver allegedly handed over a fake Florida ID. Deputies arrested the suspect on suspicion of DUI and transported them to Trios for a blood draw. From there, that's when things escalated. The driver turned out to have an active felony warrant from Mississippi for alleged narcotics trafficking. And the car they were driving had just been reported stolen out of Seattle. That driver is now facing several charges, including DUI, identity theft, forgery, possession of a stolen car, and the felony warrant.
And as DUI cases continue to rise, Washington is taking a big step towards ending drunk driving with some new technology that could stop impaired drivers before they even hit the road. The Washington Traffic Safety Commission just launched the Driven to Protect Washington initiative, joining a national effort to test advanced alcohol detection systems inside vehicles. Now, the technology is called the Driver Alcohol Detection System for Safety, and it can sense when a driver is over the legal limit and prevent the car from starting.
So it's seamlessly integrated into the car. There's a puff of air or a finger vein technology, a finger swipe that will read that driver's VAC level seamlessly and make the decision about whether or not the vehicle can start or not instantly.
So Washington is one of only 4 states participating in the pilot program, with the Department of Transportation already testing the system in a few state vehicles. Officials hope the technology could one day become as common and life-saving as airbags and emergency brake systems.
Looking to local education now, the Mapton School District is losing federal funds this upcoming school year. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable explains how the district is dealing with the loss of more than $400,000.
School districts across the state of Washington are currently dealing with financial restrictions. Mapton School District is facing a unique challenge. They ended last school year with a negative balance of nearly $1 million.
We ended the year with a negative fund balance, and so we're currently in binding conditions, and we're working with ESD 105 and ESD 112 to, become financially stable in the near future.
Mapton is losing over $400,000 of federal funds that they would normally have. This is hitting the district hard, especially with staffing.
For us, it's going to make a really direct impact on staffing right away. And so this last week we have had to lay off 4 classified staff members, specifically based around the loss of federal funding.
The school district is trying to make the effects of these budget cuts as minimal as possible for the students. While some after-school activities will be affected, sports will not be for this upcoming school year. The programs taking the biggest hits are the Migrant Education Program and English Language Acquisition. Mapton School District is made up of roughly 70% migrant students.
We are working incredibly hard to make sure that our students and our families are taken care of, and we are going to find a way to make that happen, whether or not we do have the federal funds or we don't. We're going to take care of our kids. We're going to meet their needs. We're going to make sure that they feel like they belong, they have a place here, and they're valued.
The district is also battling a decrease in enrollment. Despite this, Superintendent Mengarelli says the district won't give up until solutions are found. Reporting in Mapton, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And the Mapton School District currently employs 45 teachers, and we'll keep you updated as more information comes in.
5:08 now, and a new airline is coming to the Tri-Cities, and it's bringing service to Southern California starting next spring.
But in the meantime, the airport is making some changes to get ready. And this morning, Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz has tips on how to navigate your next trip.
Starting next year, the Utah-based airline Breeze will offer their first flights into Washington. Flights will start on March 18, 2026 from the Tri-Cities Airport to Burbank, Hollywood. Breeze will replace Avelo. The airline announced this week that it will be ending air service on the West Coast. The last flight will be on December 2nd. In the time before Breeze makes its Tri-Cities debut, the airport is working on some upgrades to improve the passenger experience.
We have a terminal expansion project that will be going on that will expand our baggage makeup areas for the airlines. That's where you put your bag on check it in at the ticket counter, and then it goes to the back area for the airlines to put it on their aircraft.
The airport also recently completed some parking lot upgrades. As we head into fall, Faley says to keep an eye on the busy end of summer travel season.
If you know your dates, try and book early enough so you can get a seat on the plane you want. I would expect more people traveling towards the end of August, as just before kids go back to school, getting that last vacation in.
The TSA is encouraging passengers to be Real ID ready for their summer flights. But if you don't have your Real ID yet, there are still ways for you to fly.
If you do not have your Real ID, they are still letting you through the checkpoint, but you may be subjected to additional security processes. So if you don't have your Real ID, make sure you're giving yourself enough time to get through security.
The United States started requiring real IDs for air travel back in May of this year. Reporting from Pasco, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
So Breeze Airlines is expanding on the West Coast and could potentially add more flights in the future if things go well.
Hopefully a direct flight to Dallas. I'm still waiting on that.
Oh, yeah.
That'll
That'd be
just
nice.
complete, everything. I got Chick-fil-A, then I'll have that, and we'll be good.
And all is well in the world.
Yeah, and it's going to happen because Friday vibes.
Right, exactly. We're going to manifest it. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Overnight, the House passing a controversial spending cut package, but not every Republican is on board. Why some say it could hurt rural communities.
But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
Look and feel your best with cosmetic dermatology services at Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City. Cosmetic services include Botox and fillers, cool sculpting, laser hair removal, luxurious skincare products, and more. Start your path to healthier skin and more confident you today with cosmetic dermatology services at Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center. To schedule an appointment, call 509-588-4555 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Millionaire is back. Can we keep the money ourselves? And this season, it's personal.
Do we love Matt Damon or what?
I'm coming on Jeopardy with someone you hate.
An all-new season of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire starts Wednesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. There is a red flag warning in place for today, pretty expansive across south central and eastern Oregon, also or south central and eastern Washington, I should say, and for a good chunk of northeastern Oregon as well. This runs until 10 p.m. for this evening, so a little bit later in the show we'll dive into some of the metrics about, just why this day is so dangerous on the fire front. But okay, otherwise today going to be a beautiful day, mostly sunny skies and toasty out there. As we'll be about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Could be around 100 up towards the Hanford site, but in general 90s are a pretty safe bet for lower elevations. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies. We will have a brief period of cloudiness for today, but I think overall for both today and tonight, skies are going to end up being mostly clear. And overnight lows are going to be mild once again, 50s and 60s for lower elevations, a little bit chillier up in the mountains with 40s in the Cascades and 50s in the Blues. Now let's show you Futurecast upper level wildfire smoke. We're not going to have much on the map over the next couple of days. A lot of this is going to be light. A lot of this is going to be hard to even pick up on in the skies. But for this evening, the Cram fire that's burning down in central Oregon, some of that smoke plume could start to impact southern portions of Morrow and Umatilla counties. It's mainly going to be upper level wildfire smoke. We'll keep a close eye on what the air quality looks like And again, circling back to the fire start potential for today, show you just how critically dry the vegetation is going to be, also how fast the wind gusts could be. So both those things coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your national headlines this morning, it was a major victory overnight for President Trump's spending cuts bill. The House approved a $9 billion package, greenlighting the Senate's changes to the measure. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has all the details.
The resolution is adopted.
Overnight, a major win for President Trump, the House voting 216 to 213 to pass President Trump's proposal to claw back already approved congressional funding. The measure would claw back $9 billion from the federal budget, including cuts to foreign aid like USAID and public broadcasting. House Speaker Mike Johnson saying he's delighted to send the package to President Trump's desk for a signature.
We're going to downsize the scope of government. Government is too large, it does too many things, and it does almost nothing well.
It comes less than 24 hours after the Senate voted to tweak the administration's original proposal. Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski voting with Democrats against the bill.
I haven't been given the comfort, if you will, that we're not impacting maternal and child health, that we're not impacting HIV/AIDS, that we're not impacting nutrition programs and programs related to tuberculosis, malaria, polio, neglected tropical disease, pandemic prevention, family planning.
Democrats slamming some of the cuts in the bill.
This bill, make no mistake, Mr. Speaker, is a war on rural America. They are closing rural hospitals by virtue of the bill they passed 15 days ago, and now they will close rural radio stations.
And the bill eliminates about $8 billion from foreign aid programs and another $1 billion from public broadcasting. Republicans say the president will likely send more requests on cutbacks to Congress soon. And we heard from PNNL earlier this week on how these cuts will affect some of their federal programs. To see more on that story, visit our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. And keep it here, because coming up next, Josh Colbreth is back with your full First Alert weather forecast, and that'll be right after the break in just a few minutes.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Prepare yourselves for one of the greatest Motown and R&B artists of all time. The Commodores are coming to the Tri-Cities July 26th. With 75 million albums sold, this legendary group will bring the funk to the Hapo Center with favorites like Brick House, Night Shift, and many more. Go to CommodoresLive.com and get your tickets now. Don't miss this opportunity to see the legendary Commodores live.
The fireworks don't stop on the 4th. McCurley Subaru's Red, White, and Vroom sales event is lighting up July with explosive savings. As the largest volume Subaru dealer in the area, we've got the inventory and the deals. For the first time in a while, get low financing, like 1.9% on the 2025 Outback and Crosstrek. Don't wait. Save today and keep the Red, White, and Vroom spirit alive all July long. Only at McCurley Subaru, your way home.
Hi, I'm Debbie Robertson. I'm just putting on the sales tags for the Nissan Summer Sales event going on right now at Bill Robertson Nissan. We brought in extra inventory just for this event.
Drive a new Nissan Rogue, 0% financing for 60 months and sale priced at $31,999. Or step up to a 2025 Pathfinder, 0% for 60 months starting at just $36,950. Get into a brand new Murano, 0% for 60 months starting at $41,999.
So come see us today at Bill and Debbie Robertson Nissan.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after time.
Time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, today is a first alert weather day as there's going to be the potential for large fire starts in our lower elevations, specifically for this afternoon and evening. It's going to be windy and it's going to be critically dry. So let's take a deeper dive into it. First of all, again, for today, it's going to be hot, could be around 100 up towards the Hanford site. Low to mid 90s are a pretty safe bet for lower elevations. And in this, the vegetation is going to be cooking out there. Critically dry vegetation for most of the viewing area, but actually significantly dry in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin. Then you factor in the winds across the map, gusts between 25 to 45 miles per hour, some of the strongest wind gusts in the Morrow County foothills and in the Kittitas Valley, especially after 2 p.m. Now, it could start off breezy or windy today, but after 2 p.m., that's when we're going to up the ante. So in these conditions, fires could start or spread quickly. Now, we're going to get some assists tomorrow on a couple different fronts. Number one, it's going to be a little bit cooler, still toasty out there, around 90 in the Tri-Cities, but a little bit cooler, actually cooler than normal for this time of the year. And vegetation still going to be critically dry, but in the Cascades, that rating is going to go down from significant to critical, and then for the Blues, it's going to go from critical to elevated. So trending a little bit better in that regard. And the wind still pretty widespread, but a little bit less potent as opposed to today. So the fire start potential for tomorrow, certainly not going to be zero, not going to be anywhere close, but the setup not as concerning as it will be for today. Just sort of a breakdown of your weekend forecast. Plenty of sunshine, high temperatures in the mid 80s to even some low 90s for Saturday. More clouds and a little bit cooler for Sunday, and even cooler as we head into Monday. We'll end up being about 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, but starting to heat things back up into the middle and later portions of next week. Could be up around 100 degrees again in the Tri-Cities. Also tracking these little chances for showers and thunderstorms on Monday and Tuesday, mainly for the mountains, foothills, and valleys. The basin probably going to stay dry, but we'll watch that lightning potential on Monday very closely. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dangerous fire weather today, cooler Saturday through Tuesday, then the heat returns by the middle of next week. In Yakima, mid-90s Friday, cooler Saturday through Tuesday with showers possible on Monday and Tuesday. In Ellensburg, windy today, a little bit less so tomorrow, then tracking shower and thunderstorm chances to start next week. In Hermiston, hot and windy Friday, a cool down for the next handful of days, then the return of the heat next week. Finally, for Walla Walla, mid-90s today, cooler over the next few days with a small shower chance possible Monday, then heating back up by Wednesday and Thursday.
Thank you, Josh. Thanks, Josh. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Fleetwood Mac fans get excited. A few lyrics posted online is sparking some speculation of a possible reunion. Got all the details and more stories coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
Form or function? Should we push the timeline? Will it hold?
Should we outsource? What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster,
even cheaper. Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
J.D. Power has ranked Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. And to celebrate, you can now get in one of these award-winning SUVs with 0% APR for 60 months. The all-new turbocharged Nissan Murano, the rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and the best-selling Nissan Rogue. Visit Nissan today and drive away in an award-winning SUV.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's the summer sales event. Great time to buy. Nice weekend, Hank?
Spectacular. Took the family camping, courtesy of Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. Morgan?
Baseball tournament. Mike Sport at the Holen Field.
How about you two?
Mud Bass.
Get 0% APR financing with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles. Plus, get a complimentary maintenance plan for 2 years.
Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, we're learning that CBS is ending The Late Show with Stephen Colbert next May.
Yeah, Colbert sharing the news at his show taping yesterday saying, quote, "This is all just going away." There has been speculation about Colbert's future with CBS amid changes at the network's parent company, Paramount.
CBS says the cancellation was a financial decision and not related to the show's performance or content.
Now, they made big news yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it all over social media.
Yeah. All right, they saying about never breaking the chain, and that could be true. Music legends Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham are stirring up rumors that they may be in for a reunion.
Ooh, both separately posted song lyrics on their individual social media pages yesterday, and this sparked a flurry of excitement and hope online. The notoriously on-again, off-again musical cohorts would rejoin forces once more.
Nicks, Buckingham, Mick Fleetwood, and Christine McVie, of course, who died in 2022, were part of Fleetwood Mac beginning in the 1970s after the band was initially formed in 1967.
So Nicks and Buckingham have a lengthy personal and professional history of coming together both musically and romantically, and also breaking up.
Well, here they go again.
Maybe they just both like music, and so they're just putting lyrics out.
I mean, I guess a lot of musicians are doing this. Maybe it's the economy. They're like, well, we're not retired anymore.
I guess we could do some music again.
Yeah.
I think no one ever retires anymore.
Right, yeah. You take a little break, you take a little sabbatical, and then you're back, and you're better.
Like George Strait is gonna, like, he retired, he did his farewell tour like 10 years ago, and he's still out there performing. So.
I remember Justin Bieber said he retired, like, very young.
And we know that's not the case.
Yeah,
good.
He's
back.
Exactly.
Jay-Z, he retired in like 2004, and he's been back for a long time.
Yeah.
We love it.
It's great. All right, still ahead. A mystery months in the making solved. Now, a beloved metal slide stolen from a Richland business has finally made its way home, how it was returned, and why it means so much to the owner.
Oh, it's back? How
Yes,
exciting.
it's back.
Oh my goodness.
You
This is
didn't know
great
that?
news.
Oh,
No.
it is great news. I know, I saw that.
Also, we've got coming up, AI technology is now watching Washington's most fire-prone areas, and for the first time, the public can also tune in. Our very own Dan Hansen will have the details coming up in your next half hour, but first we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple has released a new video game. Some News Plus subscribers now have access to Emoji Game, which was released just in time for World Emoji Day. Players fill in the blanks of 3 short phrases using a selection of emoji and Genmoji. Think of it as Wordle, but for emojis. A new study shows Android phones are getting better at detecting earthquakes and warning you before the ground starts shaking. The global early warning system works through a sensor in your phone. It has detected more than 1,000 quakes since 2021, giving people as much as 1 minute's notice to run for cover. And finally, Uber plans to deploy a fleet of self-driving SUVs in the coming years. The company has partnered with EV maker Lucid. The robo-taxis will reportedly launch at a yet-to-be-named U.S. airport next year. 20,000 could be on the roads by 2031. Oh, no driver. How will I know which car is mine if there's nothing to chauffeur it? Those are your Tech Bites.
I'm here with Chris Cunahan of Leaf Filter. What is the problem with the clogged gutter?
Rotten fascia, rotten soffit, mildew, mold in the attic.
So how can Leaf Filter fix this problem?
So the first thing we're going to do is professionally clean out all your gutters, realign them, install our Leaf Filter system that allows nothing but water. Just give us a call, set up an appointment. We'll come out, give you a free gutter inspection.
To schedule your free inspection, call 833-LEAF-FILTER or visit leaffilter.com.
Before you go to extremes to fix sagging and wrinkles with expensive injections, try this Olay Regenerist. Olay boosts skin cell regeneration to firm, lift, and reshape volume without painful prices. For me, it's only Olay.
Your shipping manager left to find themselves, leaving you lost. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsored jobs on Indeed are 2.5 times faster to first hire. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, give us some Friday weather vibes. I'm talking not as much heat. You know?
It's going to be as much heat as yesterday.
I love the prep edition.
you know
it's not going to be cold.
I know, yeah.
Don't ask me a question that
you
know I'm not going to give you a good answer to. Yeah, that just set me up for failure.
But jackpot-wise?
The opposite of failure is winning. Yesterday, well, no
and
viewers.
$25.
So yeah, and hey, also I had to sweat this one out yesterday. I went with forecast high of 97, verified at 94. That's within the 3-degree guarantee. So jackpot went up to $25. So for today, once again, going with the forecast high of 97. So if it verifies between 94 to 100, jackpot's going to go up to $50. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, today is another First Alert weather day from 2 p.m. this afternoon to 2 in the morning on Saturday. Could have the potential for large fire starts in lower elevations. It's going to be windy and it's going to be critically dry out there. And coming up in the 6 o'clock hour, we'll pass along some tips to, of course, stay safe in this kind of weather. This morning, 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 50s up in the Cascades, 50s and 60s in the Blues, so it's feeling quite nice out there. Your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities is going to be around 80 as soon as 10 this morning, around 90 at lunchtime, and then between 95 to 100 at the peak of daytime heating. So this is about 5 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year, so low 90s in the Kittitas Valley, mid-90s for the Yakima Valley, the lower Columbia Basin, and the Blue Foothills. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's Toasty Friday forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. 5:32 and beginning this half hour with a really good follow-up. This is great news.
I just heard this and I'm so happy.
I know. This is about a beloved slide that was stolen from a Richland business back in January.
The slide has been returned, but questions are still surrounding its disappearance.
Yeah, so Queensgate Gardens, and that slide right there, the 18-foot metal slide, was returned in the middle of the night about 6 months after it had been mysteriously taken.
So many questions. Yeah. So the slide is sentimental to owner Brian Keel, whose son built it by teaching himself to weld after a biking accident.
So although Keel still doesn't know just who took the slide, he of course is very happy to have it back.
We found it laying in the grass down below over there on the street by our truck. And somebody had just dumped it off apparently in the middle of the night, and we found it, and we're just overjoyed to have it back.
Wild. I love it. And I remember from the beginning in January when it was taken, he said, no questions asked.
Just return it because it's sentimental.
Yeah,
so I love that happened.
Well, and we have memories. My kids, we go there all the time, and they have they're going down the slide. Yeah. So it is being repainted, and it will be back up at the nursery in September, just ready for their big fall fest that they always do.
Great news for a Friday.
Yes, I love it.
All right, turning to local living now, the Benton County Fire District is seeing an increase in water rescue calls, and they warn you to be safe before hitting that water. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia reports on their calls so far this year and how you can keep your family safe.
Cody Flowers is a firefighter, paramedic, and a swift water technician for Benton County Fire District 4. He said there's a pattern to the increase of calls he's been out on, and there's one simple thing people can do to help themselves.
The dams are big, and then people without life jackets and just drownings.
Flowers says when people get on the water, sometimes they don't realize the kind of challenges they're going to face.
Rocks are big, the currents, and just not knowing what the individual can do in the water, how distressed they are, and if they're flailing around or anything like that.
We're only in the middle of summer, and Fire District 4's Ben Shear says the calls for people getting into trouble on the water are already at a high number.
We've already ran 13 calls this year to the river for various emergencies. Typically, we run 18, 19 for the whole year, so we've already exceeded normal call volume for this time of year.
Shear says the growth in population in the Tri-Cities is also a leading factor in the rising call volumes.
So we just have more people in general, so all of our call volumes are increasing as we continue to add people. But it's been hot this year already, so people are looking for that good way to cool off. The economy is a little low, so people are looking for less expensive alternatives. So we don't have a lot of big public swimming pools, so people come to the river often just to cool off, have some fun, and we're just wanting them to think ahead of time.
When it comes to a simple way to save your life, wearing a life jacket has no age limit.
If you want to stay alive, get home safely, wear a life jacket. When you're coming to the water, it doesn't matter how strong of a swimmer you think you are or whether you think the river is shallow. It's always fast, it's always cold, there's always slippery spots, and that's when people get in trouble, when they're not prepared for that. So we're just asking people, think ahead of time, be prepared, have a life jacket.
Lieutenant Garrett Premill for BCFD4 says making sure your life jacket is properly on is also something to take into consideration.
All right, so Ben's zipper looks good. We make sure all the straps are secured. And what I like to do is ask the person to take a deep breath. So Ben, take a deep breath for me. And then I'll pull these nice and snug so that this doesn't come off in the water while he's going downstream.
Flowers says if you do find yourself in an emergency situation, try not to panic.
I would just say stay calm. Even though you are in a stressful situation, it does help us out a lot. And if you work with us and listen to us, we can get you back.
And if you do go out on the water this summer, use common safety sense.
A lot of slick places out here, so when they go into the water, they've got their boots on, they've got protective gear on. So a lot of slippery places. It can be unexpectedly deep in places. You'd be walking along, think you're only waist deep, and suddenly you're in over your head. So there are lots of those dangers out here. We could be submerged logs, submerged tumbleweeds, or other algae stuff that could entangle people as well. So just keeping an eye out for all that.
If you're in need of a life jacket, the Benton County Fire District 4 has a loaner life jackets for you. They just ask you call the station ahead of time. Reporting in West Richland, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. Now, Lieutenant Premill says when it comes to buying a life jacket, make sure it fits right now and don't size up to use it next year.
5:37 and looking at statewide news now. If you've ever watched a live animal cam like bald eagles or pandas, guilty as charged, right?
Me too.
Yeah, Washington State just took that idea and gave it a wildfire twist. The Department of Natural Resources teamed up with Pano AI to put wildfire detection cameras online. Josh, did you know this? This is great.
This is so cool. I'm telling my fiance who does wildlife photography. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. Now you can watch. The cameras are all placed in 21 high-risk locations around the state, scanning the horizon 24/7 for smoke or flames. The system uses AI to detect potential wildfire starts and sends high-def video straight to Pano staff, who then can alert DNR if they see trouble. It's all part of a 5-year pilot project that was launched in 2023.
Anything that we can do to raise public awareness and have the public engage with what we are doing as a wildland fire agency has benefits to address those fires, to make sure that they're kept off the landscape in the first place.
So now anyone with a phone or a computer can see what DNR sees, part of a push for more transparency and public engagement. So be sure to stay with Good Morning Northwest coming up at 6. Dan Hansen's actually going to take a deeper dive into this new technology and show us kind of how it all works. Fascinating.
Cool stuff. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we'll be talking about the biggest events happening this weekend, everything from crowns to causes, and we're highlighting local events making that big impact.
And giving you that live look outside this morning from our Dust Levels camera in Pasco. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He's going to break down your first alert forecast after the break.
Apple Valley News Now, the official television home of the Seattle Kraken.
The
White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
This summer heats up on Friday, August 8th at Legends Casino Hotel as Roy Jones Jr. presents a pro boxing and entertainment event like no other. Yakima's own Andrew Murphy looks to remain undefeated, while female boxer Maricela Cornejo from Prosser join rising international stars from Germany and Mexico. Plus, there is a heavyweight from China you have to see to believe. Tickets start at just $40 and can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com or the Legends Gift Shop. It's a midsummer night's dream of hot boxing and sizzling entertainment. Friday, August 8th at Legends Casino Hotel. Get your tickets now.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Do you own a dishwasher but only use it for storage or as a drying rack? Get better results than hand washing with your dishwasher and Cascade Complete. Your dishwasher does the work for you with temperatures up to 140 degrees, too hot for hands. Some dishwashers even have a sanitizing cycle. Load pots, pans, and tableware at the bottom with plastic and glassware on top. Cascade Complete removes visible and invisible residue for virtually spot-free and shiny dishes. Switch to your dishwasher and Cascade Complete.
Find amazing deals store-wide during the anniversary sale at Furniture Row. We're celebrating, and that means the more you buy, the more you save. Take $100 off every $1,000 you spend when you liven up your living room. Dazzle with an all-new dining room, embellish and beautify your bedroom, and supercharge your sleep life with a new mattress. And furnishing your home has never been easier with 48 months no-interest financing. That's right, no interest for 4 years. The anniversary sale, on now at Furniture Row.
July is Ultraviolet Safety Month. Remember, UV causes skin cancer, so always wear sunscreen with an SPF of at least 15. More at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
The All-Star Pep Rally of the summer. GMA this morning. Robin Roberts with Caitlin Clark, Nafisa Collier, Brianna Stewart, Paige Beckers, and the WNBA All-Stars live in Indy at GMA's All-Star Pep Rally.
Hi, I'm Martin Short, the new host of Match Game. I ask questions, and the stars write down whatever pops into their head. Hot nuts, mittens, crotch cozies.
Match Game premieres Wednesday on ABC.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of the First Alert weather app. Of course, you can download today for free in the App Store or on Google Play. This camera already shaking a little bit as winds are going to be a factor throughout the day, especially after 2 p.m. And it's going to be critically dry out there, so fires could start or spread quickly. Here's your CodeCast for today for the Tri-Cities. It's 68 degrees right now at 5:42 in the morning, so perhaps you would need like the lightest jacket in your wardrobe. But by 8 this morning, it's going to be T-shirt weather. We'll hold on to T-shirt weather throughout the rest of the day. Here's your zone-by-zone forecast for today. We start off in Kittitas County, where it is going to be windy, especially in the valley. Gusts up around 45 miles per hour. Going to be in the mid-70s up towards the pass, low 90s in the Kittitas Valley, mid-90s down towards Vantage, and then in the Yakima Valley, also mid-90s up and down the valley, a little bit breezy. Breezes gusts between 25 to 30 miles per hour. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, a little bit windier, gust around 35 miles per hour, especially down towards Hermiston. And some of us in the basin could be up around 100 degrees. And then for the foothills, 90s up and down the foothills, 80s and 90s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains, and also pretty windy out this way, specifically for the foothills where some of those peak gusts could be around 40 miles per hour. So again, in these conditions, fires could start or spread quickly.
All right, 5:43. It is Friday. Whoop, whoop. And if you're looking for something to do this weekend, get excited. Downtown Kennewick is gearing up for a night of music, food, and fun. Saturday, July 19th from 3 to 10, the heart of downtown will transform into a block party hosted by the Sports Page Bar, the Parkade Bar and Grill, and the Branding Iron Nightclub.
The streets between Cascade and Benton will be shutting down to traffic and opening up for a good time. Everything from live music from bands like Voodoo Alley and Fat Fox, also drinks and bites from local vendors like Hot Mess Burgers and Fries and Doggy Style Gourmet.
It's a downtown business owner-led event aimed at bringing energy and people back to the core of Kennewick.
We know that it's really important to keep downtown vibrant. Getting people down here, meeting the owners of the businesses, seeing what there is to offer. You know, the Branding Iron, Parkade, and Sports Page are hosting this, but there are another 20 businesses, 30 businesses downtown that are going to be able to take advantage and get exposure.
Yeah, so whether you're there for the tunes, the cold drinks, or the loaded fries, it could be a good place to be Saturday night, and
admission is free.
Ooh, I love free.
Free 99.
And fries.
And fries. I love free and fries, yeah.
All right, we are kicking off Water Follies Week this Saturday with the Miss Tri-Cities competition. You would know something about that.
Couple things.
Yeah.
Celebrating 65 years in the community, tomorrow 5 young women will be vying for the title of Miss Tri-Cities and also a $10,000 scholarship, and 14 contestants will be competing in a $5,000 scholarship.
That's right, and we want to see you there. The pageant is this Saturday, July 19th. It's at Kennewick High. Tickets are still available. And this year there will be a couple familiar faces that will also be gracing the stage as your MCs. Myself.
Woo!
If you just can't get enough. And former Apple Valley News Now anchor, news director, and Tri-Cities legend, and my buddy, Kevin Uretsky, will also be there. We will be your hosts for the event.
Look at your screen!
Hey!
Look at this footage I found.
There she is.
There she is, beauty and grace.
Well, this year, every young woman that walks across that stage will also walk away with scholarship dollars.
The Miss Tri-Cities Scholarship Organization is an official preliminary to the Miss Washington and Miss America competitions.
And you can get tickets by visiting the Miss Tri-Cities website, still available.
And you were Miss Tri-Cities.
I was.
What year was that?
I was Miss Tri-Cities 2003.
2003.
A long time ago.
No, it's not that long ago. Nah. You look the same.
A long time ago. Hey,
even in the picture, I saw your little, the Tri-Cities picture in the thumbnail.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Still look the
yeah,
same.
check it out. Get your tickets.
It is. And yeah, this year, every young woman will walk away with scholarship dollars, which that's the name of the game. It's a scholarship organization.
Definitely.
So, incredible young women competing. We want to see you there at Kennewick High on Saturday.
Sounds like a fun time. All right, keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Mr. Josh here will be back with your full first alert weather forecast. And it's staying hot, isn't it? Hot, hot, hot.
Yes, at least for today, but it is going to be a little bit cooler for Saturday through Tuesday. Then it's going to get hot again. So womp womp. I'll talk about all that coming up on the other side of the break.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Who says you have to wait for snow to get the best piano deals of the year? Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos is unwrapping Christmas savings in July. Free delivery and setup, and a holiday songbook so you can practice Jingle Bells by the pool. Save on select uprights, grands, and digital pianos. And if you wear a Santa hat, we'll reward you with an extra discount. Christmas in July at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, where music is always in season.
Stay busy this summer with the City of Pasco. Enjoy open swim at Memorial Aquatic Park from 1 to 5:45 p.m. every day, with lap swim weekdays at noon, or sign up for swim lessons throughout the summer. Join the all-ages Beat the Heat Run Walk Club on Wednesday mornings to earn entries for an end-of-summer prize drawing. Check out free, family-friendly movies and music at Pasco Parks, plus many more activities and events, all listed online at pascoparksandrec.com.
Summer adventure awaits in a rugged new Honda. It's time to chase the sun wherever it takes you. With impressive Honda capability and exciting performance. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Hurry into your local Honda dealer during the summer event.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is another first alert weather day as we have the potential for large fire starts in our lower elevations, specifically for this afternoon and evening. It's going to be windy and the vegetation is going to be critically dry. Okay, so for today, it's going to be hot. Oh, by the way, as lower elevations are going to be into the low to mid 90s at least, but some portions of the basin could be up around 100 degrees. Because of that, the vegetation is going to be critically dry for much of the region. Actually, a significant level of dryness in the Cascades and upper Yakima Basin. Then you factor in the wind gusts across the map, 25 to 45 miles per hour. The strongest gusts in the Morrow County foothills and in the Kittitas Valley. Could be a little bit breezy or windy to start off the day, but after 2 p.m., that's when things are really going to be rocking and rolling. So in these conditions, fires could start or spread quickly. Now for tomorrow, the setup is also kind of interesting, but we're going to get a few assists. First of all, the assist from the cooler high temperatures. A lot of us for lower elevations going to struggle to even make it to 90, so that'll place us at a few degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Vegetation still critically dry for a lot of the viewing area, but thankfully winds not as strong. They'll still be noticeable. So the fire start potential for tomorrow, it's definitely not zero, but it's not going to be as high as it will be for today. The weekend forecast, if you look past the fire conditions, high temperatures on Saturday for lower elevations between the mid 80s to the low 90s. A little bit cooler for Sunday, more clouds building in. Will actually be even cooler for Monday as this little dip in temperatures will be about 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. We start to heat it up again into the middle and later portions of next week. And also, we'll circle back to the little dip in temperatures. That's going to come along with some shower and thunderstorm chances for the foothills, mountains, and valleys. It doesn't look like it's going to be a washout. The best chance of lightning is going to be on Monday. We'll keep a very close eye on that lightning potential, as that could also pose a fire start risk. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Dangerous fire weather today, cooler Saturday through Tuesday, then the heat returns by the middle of next week. In Yakima, mid-90s Friday, cooler Saturday through Tuesday with showers possible on Monday and Tuesday. In Ellensburg, windy today, a little bit less so tomorrow, then tracking shower and thunderstorm chances to start next week. In Hermiston, hot and windy Friday, a cool down for the next handful of days, and then the return of the heat next week. Finally, for Walla Walla, mid-90s today, cooler over the next few days with a small shower chance possible Monday, then heating back up by Wednesday and Thursday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:52. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
And we start with the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. And we take you to Yakima, where police say a man hit by a car back on July 3rd has now passed away from his injuries. This all happened just after 2 a.m. near Nob Hill and 23rd Avenue. Officers say that the man was crossing in an unmarked crosswalk when he was hit by a vehicle. The driver, Mauricio Archiga, was arrested at the scene for DUI, and he is now facing upgraded charges of vehicular homicide.
Meanwhile, a woman wanted on serious felony charges is behind bars thanks to several local law enforcement agencies. Crews helped locate 33-year-old Artemisa Sanchez, wanted for second-degree assault, unlawful imprisonment, and a federal firearms warrant. She was found hiding at an apartment near 6th and Washington and arrested without incident.
And in Benton County, a reckless driving report turned into much more. Deputies say a driver swerving near Sellards and Tyaki roads handed over a fake Florida ID during a traffic stop. Well, they were arrested on suspicion of DUI, but then later also found to have a felony narcotics warrant out of Mississippi. Investigators then also discovered that the car had just been reported stolen out of Seattle.
And in Mabton, the school district is working through $1 million budget shortfall. Officials say they've already made staff cuts and program cuts, and they say the goal is to keep the impact on students minimal and continue supporting families.
And don't forget, Water Follies Week kicks off this Saturday with the Miss Tri-Cities competition. 5 young women are competing for a $10,000 scholarship and the title of Miss Tri-Cities. 4 teens also competing as well. And I will be co-hosting the pageant alongside my buddy and Tri-City legend, Kevin Uretsky. Tickets still available. You can get them at the Miss Tri-Cities website. We want to see everyone there.
Turning now to your national headlines this morning, we're learning that President Trump has chronic venous insufficiency. That's according to the White House. The press secretary says that's why his ankles sometimes look swollen. Doctors say the condition isn't overly concerning so long as it doesn't lead to or indicate more serious issues. The White House says Trump's medical team tested for those extensively and found nothing. Medication is a possible treatment, but doctors recommend lifestyle changes, elevation of the legs, and compression socks.
5:54 in your business headlines this morning. OpenAI has announced a new feature for ChatGPT that will allow it to think and act for a user. The company said a user can pose a highly complex question and get help. One example, asking for help finding attire and hotel reservations to attend a wedding. Analysts say the new tool will help turn ChatGPT into a reliable assistant for users. All right, 5:55, talking sports. In your headlines this morning, cancer has claimed the life of former NFL player Brian Bremen. Bremen was diagnosed with a rare form of the disease back in February. According to a GoFundMe page that was set up to help fund treatment, Bremen joined the Houston Texans in 2011 and was part of the special teams unit. After suiting up for Houston for 3 seasons, he then signed with the Eagles. During his final season, the Eagles beat Tom Brady's New England Patriots in a Super Bowl 52 showdown. Bremen was just 38 years old.
And taking a look at what's trending this morning, back in January, paleontologists began drilling under the Denver Museum of Nature and Science to learn more about the layers of rock underneath that building.
Right, and during that project, they found something pretty surprising, a partial fossil of a dinosaur.
Ooh.
As you can see, the fossil is small. It has a diameter that is only 2.5 inches wide.
Scientists believe it belongs to a plant-eating dinosaur that lived more than 67 million years ago. Great picture right there.
that is
A
from
depiction.
67 million years ago. Yes, that is an actual picture of the dinosaur. Museum officials say that this is the oldest fossil ever found within Denver.
You know, they should open up a park and make the dinosaurs. Just kidding. No, this has been done.
You
We learned-
Jurassic Parker. Would you go? I think I've asked you this before.
I would.
You would, wouldn't you?
I would.
As long as it's like when you take the tours at Disney World and you're in the cages, you know?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how they originally set up Jurassic Park to start with, and that always just doesn't work out very well.
Yeah. Yeah, a few flaws in that.
So.
Yeah.
I would wait for like the first group of people to go, see how it is, and then I'd
see if they survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only a couple
I'll
of
do
them got
anything once.
eaten? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll go. I'm in.
Nah, you know, they weren't fast enough. They didn't.
Guys.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, there's still so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up at 6, some new AI technology, which is watching Washington's most fire-prone areas. Arden Hansen is going to dive a little deeper into what that means and how it works. It's coming up in our 6 o'clock hour.
Also, police officers stepped in to deliver a Grubhub order after arresting the deliverer. And we'll take a look at this story along with what else was trending this week. And Josh, what is trending weather-wise?
Yeah, we have a first alert weather day for today, as there's going to be the potential for large fire starts in lower elevations, but some good news in regards to fires already on the map. So we'll talk about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.